Many thanks, Angel. Right, I bless God for this wonderful opportunity to be here. I'm truly grateful to our beloved Chairman, General Secretary, Missions Director, the leadership and organizers for this privilege. Right, I present to you briefly how to navigate today's world. My focus, as Angel has said, will be on artificial intelligence. We all approach the subject of AI or technology with our own biases. Some are for, others are against it. My objective today is to provide a balanced perspective so that we can all reflect on the sides. It just reminds me of a day in my life, somewhere 2018. Nigel Cameron, a strong proponent of AI, was about to launch his book. He had titled, "The Robots Are Coming." I happened to be there with John Lennox, Chris Cartwright, and a few others because very soon I was going to speak at the Elim Conference on the nature of work and how the church was to respond to that. In the midst of that presentation, a strong Pentecostal lady retorted, "Says, why are you using things made by the world?" That was a difficult question, but the obvious response that came, though not truly obvious, but I think it was a shocking one indeed, was that, we are already using many items made by the world, including the chair you are sitting on. Madam, would you want to get off the chair and rather sit on the floor? That was a very powerful, quite harsh response though, but it reflected the nature of believers we have. We have one group who strongly think that we shouldn't be entertaining anything we can describe in one way or the other as worldly, and others who think that we should live side by side with it. Right, let me start with what is AI. In simple terms, dear ones, it is a technology which enables machines, also quoting devices, because I don't want you to think of AI being involved in complex, huge, gigantic type of machines, but also little devices like clocks. And they enable them to think and behave as humans would do. How is this possible? AI is already with us, I believe. Indeed, the alarm on our phones, some of us would have been woken up this morning by an alarm. The wireless microphone I'm holding, to avoid distortion of sound, you need an AI at the background. The digital cameras we see around. Should I extend it to the projector screen and the presentation systems we have? The sound mixers, which are automatically regulating volume of voices. Our church website, the chat boards. Earlier on, Dr. Deborah had mentioned having translators and all that. These are all AI-based tools. The lighting systems we have, which automatically change depending on the density of people here. These are all AI-based systems, the Bible apps. Let me take you outside of this auditorium. I'm sure a lot of us boarded aircraft. Sometimes when I'm getting out of the plane, I'm not too sure whether to say thank you, pilot, or thank you, co-pilot AI. The truth of the matter is 90% of the journey would have been regulated by a co-pilot AI. What are scanners for pregnant women? Robotic surgery, high-speed trains, the weather forecast. Some of us came with umbrellas because we checked the weather, and these are all AI-based tools. I just want to find out, if you are to be given an old television screen, and a new one, which one would you go for? The old phones and the new phones, which one would you go for? The old car and the new car, which one would you go for? What of the Google map we all use? It takes AI devices to navigate a ship. Mass production of cars. What of the cash machine? I know I'm citing many examples, but it's just to emphasize that AI is right here with us. Having declared that, the concern also is that from a BBC report and from what we have come to know from the academy, about 40% of jobs are likely to be affected by AI and its associated technologies. And if you go further to its effect on people under 16, if you go further on the future of restaurants, because there are places where it's being advocated strongly that we need to get robots to serve in the restaurant. What of carers of the future? Robotic marriage, robot war integrated drones. What about all of this? And quite interesting, the future of churches. Some people are thinking that instrumentalists are likely to be replaced by this robot. I don't think so, because no matter the advances of robots, we must praise God. We must give him all the glory and all the honor. Right, so with these size coming up, the good and the bad. Let me conclude my brief presentation by explaining how AI functions. Then we can appreciate it. Basically, it's like going to a shopping mall. Then you go from one aisle to the other looking for cookies. Then you find it. And if your wife is like mine, you go home and you say, I purchased this for €5. Then she's going to tell you, oh, €5. Which shop was that? You could have gone to Lidl. They say they sell it for £4.85 or £4.85. Having worked very hard to go and buy this cookie, you will be told that you could have had it cheaper somewhere. AI is basically an intelligent agent that goes the shopping for you based on the criteria you set for it to identify the best possible. In the AI world, we will call it the optimal solution. But you see, it doesn't work in isolation. AI is only choosing from what we will call a database. Like in the shop, the items are already there. So it heavily depends on the data that exists. Data do not create themselves. Data sets do not create themselves. We create the data. Therefore, if we want to influence how AI functions and have control over it, we must be not only consumers of technology, we must be creators and developers of technology. This is the main way the church can survive the digital world. We must be creators and developers of technology. I hope to advance this during the discussion. And this is why, as a church, we have invested in the construction of the Pentecost Engineering Village so that we will be creators of technology and also developers of technology. Thank you very much.